First of all, hyper-personalization is increasingly not optional. At Capgemini, we just recently launched our latest water insurance report, and through our primary research, we found that the majority of consumers globally are now what we call fast movers, meaning they actively trying to reduce their risk exposure, regularly use devices and tools to track their progress, and are comfortable sharing their personal data. And what do these fast movers overwhelmingly expect? They want hyper-personalized service. So the first benefit is really that you are meeting your key customers' expectation. The second point, which I think is worth highlighting, is that hyper-personalization really enable engagement at a different scale. Once insurers have access to relevant data to offer hyper-personalized solutions, they can leverage this data to offer insights and motivate customers through tailored nudges and customized recommendation. Not only that, they can also leverage those insights at renewal to offer relevant incentives and maximize their retention rates. Ultimately, though, the benefit of hyper-personalization for insurers and customers are really the ability to enable the proactive identification of intervention points. What does that mean? Well, insurers will now have real-time data about risk exposure and deeper engagement with their customers. And in turn, this will enable them to offer targeted upselling and cross-selling options based on exact circumstances of the customers, thus making the offer much more relevant and much more interesting for the customer themselves. And it will also enable an ongoing assessment of the risk profile, thus enabling the insurer to price risk more accurately and assess the risk exposure more specifically. So that's really the three buckets I think are relevant in terms of hyper-personalization. First, you meet your customer expectation, as this isn't optional anymore. Second, you create a platform for deeper engagement. And third, you enable proactive identification of intervention points and their assessment of the risk profile.